Okay, so we're back at spring now, and it's time to start putting the stuff back in the water. I got all the docks and lifts in, so kind of got to go through everything and make sure everything is a-okay. So got the battery charger on right now, and the one thing that I did that I didn't show is I pulled the spark plugs out of the both cylinders and cranked it over just to be sure that there wasn't any oil buildup. Sometimes the oil will leak down from the oil tank because it's up so high, and actually leak in and fill the cylinders, and then you go to start it up and you get a bent crank connecting rod. So I don't want to do that. So that's the first thing I've done. And the other thing was, we were talking about replacing all these screws with bolts, so I did this side already, and now I've got to do the other side. And I've done this one already by pulling the drink holder out, and to get at these screws, which are halfway between the cup holder and the cover up here, so I've taken the cover off. I'm gonna reach in and put nuts and bolts on that. So I guess without further ado, we'll take that clamp off, drill it out, put the nuts and bolts with nylocks on, and then those will be much more solid than what they were with just screws. And you can just picture them tearing out and splitting the fiberglass, and that wouldn't be fun. So let's get that done. Love drilling holes in your boat. Perfect. And there. Now you gotta reach inside and put the washer on. Size nylock that is. 9 mil. Something I thought was going to be an impossible task. Turned out to be quite simple. And things you think are going to be super simple just turn into an impossible task. So I don't know. I guess you got to just dive in, try it, see what happens. Really? Done. Just like that. Now we got to put the cover back on here. The lid. These are 8 mils. Ish. 8-ish. Got the plastic clip here from Amazon as well. You go to the boat store, they're like 80 bucks. Amazon like 20. So, say battery's looking good. So we'll disconnect that, and then I think we'll do a check the oil level. I think I should. Because I'm sure we're going to need some oil. Max, min. No, there's actually quite a bit of oil in there. All right. So we'll live with the oil, but I am going to put some fuel in it because it's a lot easier to do it right here than it is down at the water. So let's do that. I guess there's only one spot that's gonna go. Holding a heavy gas can. Not sure what's going on with this vent. Okay. Now I say we move on to a test start. Let's do that. Okay, so we want to turn the blower on for sure. Get all the bad nasties out. That didn't even give me half a tank of fuel. So I'm gonna put some more fuel in it, but contact. And again. Perfect. Next stop, putting her in the water. One more important thing to check, that the plugs are in. Many times the kids have taken it out to drain water and then left them out when they're on the lift, and I put them back in and filled the boat up full of water. Yeah, everything else here is tight, looks good. Nuts and bolts are all on. Now I say we're ready. I'll make sure that we have a paddle before we go out in case something goes wrong, but I think we're ready to go in the water. water is fresh. Oh, it's so rough. That wasn't smooth. Don't want to hit the dock. There we go. Today. Okay, now I like to do a under the hood check. Dry, 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 dry. Now we got to deal with the wind. Alright, so I'll get her on the lift, make sure all that works good. Then we'll go for a nice little test drive. Holy cow, it's windy. Alright, let's crank this thing up. Put her back in neutral. Oh, looks like it fell over. I think I'm gonna pull this further ahead. And hopefully it doesn't try and get away here. There. Perfect. She's high and dry. Sitting okay. Lots of clearance on the bottom. Got the aluminum with the nylon on there. Carpet doesn't seem to hold up all so great. So boarding, I guess, is going to be drop it down, climb over the front, and in you go. Throw a towel on the seat. Look at the dirt I got inside, but we can easily take care of that. Alright, so that fits, that's all good. Next plan is to go for a test drive. So I gotta wait, and it's probably not gonna be today now with this wind, but put the boat trailer away, and next time you see us, we'll be out on a test drive. And it's a new day and better weather. Well, the next day. So let's give this thing a little bit of a shakedown. All right, let's just have a turn the blower on first, I guess. Have a look for anything bad. Not seeing anything bad. Choke, neutral. Speedo's acting weird. I can't remember if I put the Can-Do Pro Speedo in this thing or not. I don't think I did though. Maybe that's just water rushing by the back. Reverse power is very limited. And it's opposite when you're steering. That's the other thing that's really hard to get used to. Not really hard, but see, I'm turning the wheel to the left and the boat's going the opposite way you'd think it would go. And then you have to throttle right down or it won't go into gear. Sticks, lots of sticks. Another stick. I like to check. Steering. Can't steer with your leg. Okay. Shake the cobwebs out. One more check and then we'll let her rip. No wet spots up top. it up on plane too. Parking. When you're parking, don't use the gas. Just in and out of gear. And blow her off, put her back into neutral, and that's all there is to that. So we'll probably do some more videos going forward, maybe tubing or whatever, water skiing, wakeboarding, that sort of thing. But for now, at least that's what you know you got to do to get it in the water. Doing the when you're in drive and then you just hit the throttle right down, you can also tell whether you've got a bad wear ring or not, because it'll just rev up and the boat won't go anywhere. So that's another thing to check. They're only good for a couple of years and then they end up going, they crack, and it'll just be like the boat just won't go anywhere. It'll just rev up and make a bunch of noise and won't go. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and look forward to the next one. Have a good day.